Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this live is, in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Okay? So, guys, what that means is don't take everything so serious because, on top of it being used for entertainment, you know what I'm saying? It's hilarious, okay? It's a good, fun, comedic time, okay, guys? So, as you can see, you know, on my thumbnail, it's Tony's and Birdman's anniversary. Now, I'm not sure why Tony took this time to pop out and let us know that it was her first year anniversary. I'm not sure if Miss Beautiful Toni Braxton is trying to do damage control or whatever the case may be. However, we're going to get into this very short and brief video that she put out. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Before I do that, I really need to close a couple of tabs so that way um, I don't have any issues. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, here we go. And before I play this video, let me just let you know that Toni was looking amazing. And the bling was blinging, okay? Toni had on so much jewelry. She had on the rock. So Birdman is definitely keeping Toni iced up. Oops, wrong one.
Is it weird that we call him Birdman?
A little bit, but people call him that Ostana. I say Brian.
So talk about how meeting him at this stage of your life has felt.
We've been friends for over 25 years. He used to go to all my shows. He was there for my baby shower.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of thing. Never crossed the line. He was my dearest friend. He came to see me when I did Beauty and the Beast, and he got there doing just before intermission. And I'm like, why are you here so late? He's like, well, I thought it was an opening act. Like, it is Broadway. There is no opening act here. So we've been friends for a long time, and a love connection started happening like a couple years ago.
But also, isn't that the way it's supposed to happen? It's like everybody says friendship is supposed to be at the North Star of everything.
Yeah.
We're so happy. And y'all just celebrated your 1 year?
1 year anniversary.
You had your 1 year wedding anniversary to Birdman.
Yes, Brian. Everyone calls him
Birdman. Is it weird that we call him Birdman?
A little bit, but people call him that Ostana. I say Brian.
So talk about how meeting him at this stage of your life has felt.
We've been friends for over 25 years. He used to go to all my shows. He was there for my baby shower.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of thing. Never crossed the line. He was my dearest friend. He came to see me when I did Beauty and the Beast, and he got there doing just before intermission. And I'm like, why are you here so late? He's like, well, I thought it was an opening act. Like, it is Broadway. There is no opening act here. So we've been friends for a long time, and a love connection started happening like a couple years ago.
But also, isn't that the way it's supposed to happen? It's like everybody says friendship is supposed to be at the North Star of everything.
Yeah.
We're so happy. And y'all just celebrated your 1 year?
1 year anniversary.
You had your 1 year wedding anniversary to Birdman.
Yes, Brian.
Okay, I played it twice, guys, just in case you didn't hear the very beginning. So this is what the post, and shout out to the Neighborhood Talk for sharing this. It says, y'all here for it? Toni Braxton gushes over her 1 year marriage anniversary to Birdman. We've been friends for a long time, and a love connection started happening a couple of years ago. Now, I'm not sure if she was trying to put a time frame out there so that you guys could know that it didn't overlap when he was dating Tamar, if that's even true, allegedly. Okay, because again, I haven't seen any one of them come out and speak on whether or not Tamar dated Birdman. If that's something I missed, guys, let me know in the comments because I can't see everything. And there was nothing but really great things, mostly in the comments. Like somebody says, "Oh, Toni, love her, man. They recently celebrated their 1 year wedding." Well, that's what the neighborhood talk said. And then somebody else said, "The timeline is so strange because I could have swore she divorced him at one point." And then somebody else says, "I see he got her ice the F out." And that got 5,520 likes. And somebody else says, "This will never not be the weirdest connection." And that got 6,583 likes. And somebody else says, "I love how she code switching here, the Diane Carroll of it all." Like, let me tell you something, honey. Toni Braxton definitely knows how to play that Diane Carroll role. Like, she is such a classy lady. She reminds me of Layla Ali. Like, those are some very classy ladies. And I have so much respect for both of them. And then somebody else says, "Why do I love this for Toni and Birdman so much?" And then somebody else, "Baby, them neck pieces tells you that's her husband. Birdman diamonds gon' glisten." Okay, Toni. So I'm not gonna read any more comments, but you know, again, I'm not sure if this is damage control or if this is actually like Toni reeling him back in because her flirty sister has been up in his face lately. I don't know if this is Toni trying to, keep her bag because baby, we all know why she's with Birdman. Okay. Hey, Sharon Gottball, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Cece, thank you so much for being here. And Cece said, "Toni is full of it. She doesn't act like most newlywed wives look talking about it." Toni acts like she knows that she's the prize. Like, as much as I know that I feel like Toni married this man for his money, I still feel like Toni knows her worth and she knows that she's the prize. And obviously, this man is making her feel like she's the prize because honestly, if your man is not making you feel that way, a lot of times women don't have that confidence unless they have that, their man backing them on that, and telling them that they're the prize. Actually, just like how he was doing when he was on that FaceTime call, and what he was saying and telling her, how beautiful she looked or whatever the case may be. I can see him blowing her head up like all the time because she is a beautiful lady. I mean, she is a beautiful lady. Toni has kept her body up. She has two grown sons, and she doesn't look a day older than her sons. Like, she's a catch. Don't get me wrong. Toni's definitely a catch. And Sharon says, "I can't see the love between them, but maybe it's just me." I don't see it either, I don't see it either, Sharon. I think it's all about the money. I honestly do. I think it's all about the money. And Sharon says, "He definitely loves her." Exactly. I think he loves her, but I think that he's also willing to pay for a trophy wife because he's not getting the same in return. Now, guys, I wanted to also show you guys that a video was put out again that vindicates Tamar, okay? Because I feel like for some reason everybody wants to paint Tamar as a whole. And I know that Tamar loves to have fun. She loves to drink. She loves to twerk. And that probably comes from being, around the LGBTQ a lot or whatever. And she loves to twerk and have a good time. But, I just feel like people really want to paint her out as being a hoe. And I haven't really seen anything that really, confirms that or gives me that impression of Tamar. Hey, Soundcheck Annette, thank you so much for being here. And she said, "Happy Friday, everyone in the bushes listening." Okay, we're so glad you're here, Soundcheck Annette. So let me show you this video, guys, of Tamar being vindicated about because there was a rumor out there that she was twerking on Birdman. So let me pull that video up so that you guys can see Tamar vindicating herself. Oops, let me just stop it so that because honestly, I think Tamar is so just, open and so transparent that if she does something, she's more than likely she's going to come out and admit it. Like, I honestly don't think she has a problem with that.
You all right? I mean, y'all. Lane.
Just kidding.
It's the street. Okay, what we doing? What we doing, people? Jack Reese's right behind me. That's what I was talking on. My friend. Can't do that. Okay, twerking. Yeah. Red Jennifer Aniston. Like, it's so funny. Y'all so funny to me. Y'all act like y'all didn't see Jack Reese.
I did until I seen him on that video.
Y'all on crack? Y'all dope? Y'all right? I mean, y'all. Lane.
Just kidding.
It's the street. Okay, what we doing? What we doing, people? Jack Reese.
Okay, guys, the audio is a little bad, but I'm kind of glad because, there's some Nicki Minaj music playing in the back, so you can barely hear it, but it is making the audio very bad. And Mama B says, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video to keep the channel in the algorithm. Please and thank you. So I'm going to go to the next slide, which actually shows the video, and hopefully there's no music. It's like a pay close attention because that Tamar twerking on Jacquees. None there's behind. I'm gonna let it play a couple of times. Now, as you can see, Birdman does walk into the frame, but Tamar was already there dancing. So there's no way that somebody can confuse that with her trying to twerk on Birdman. Like, make it make sense. Okay, so I think you guys pretty much got it. So that is the proof that Tamar was not twerking on Jacquees. And I know some of you guys still feel that it was weird for her to be rubbing on his head and, whatever the case may be. But, like I said, honestly, you really never know what people's dynamics are, how their interactions are, with their family members. So, I mean, you just never know. So if it didn't seem weird to him, and if Toni doesn't seem to really be, that intimidated by Tamar and her antics, then so be it. Now, I know a lot of you guys have seen that trailer. I'm really not going to get into that trailer because I really don't want to be feeding you guys bits and pieces of information. So I am going to wait until the episode actually airs before I start making speculations, because that's the only thing that I kind of don't like about the clips is that you see the clips and there's almost no reason to want to watch the show because they're giving you everything in the clips. But I hope that this episode, the fight finally comes out because like how many, episodes is, this show going to try to drag out this fight? Hopefully, unless they're coming with more truth. Honestly, I don't even want to see any more of the Ashley situation. Like, if you're not going to tell her truth, just let the girl move on. Don't try to exploit her on your show and just let her go and heal because, it doesn't seem like she accomplished anything by coming on the show anyways. Maybe she got a little check or whatever the case may be. But if there was no healing, then I don't even know if she should have exposed herself, back around her toxic family. Like, I would want to be so far away from those people. And now it makes sense why she moved so far away. Because honestly, I probably would have done the same thing because, I mean, what's next? Like, we've seen these sisters in such a bad light. And honestly, I think they need to go ahead after this season. Don't bring them back anymore because it's not worth, Tony's brand. It is what it is with Tamar. I think her brand is about drama and messiness. So you get what you get when it comes to Tamar. And those other sisters, they're gonna keep it going as long as they can because they have nothing to lose. Like they don't have the kind of money that Tony and Tamar has. So if it's up to them, they'll keep this show going, even if it breaks down their family legacy. And Sharon says, I agree with you because they'll never admit the truth about Ashley. Exactly. And if they're not willing to let her tell her story, just let her move on and heal, and find a new family, because family does not have to be blood related. And I'm pretty sure she has family in other people because she definitely got the short end of the stick when it comes to her biological family. So yeah, so we're getting a lot of things on the internet. I also saw today, I haven't actually seen um the actual video because we kind of seen it when it first, when Tamar first had her little situation going on. We kind of seen it then. So I don't really need to see that video again with the one with Vince, the one with it has her mom in it and Mendices. So supposedly that video dropped. And then also, I know you guys heard that Tony also has a tour coming up, and I want to say with Boys to Men. So she does have a tour coming up. So Tony is trying to stay booked and busy. And, I kind of wish that she would put her health first. But if she feels good, then it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I kind of wish she would kind of take a break or just really, really slow down because, you know, lupus is nothing to play with. Okay. And I actually tried to look to see if Tony had posted any, updates. And I'm actually scrolling on her Instagram now um, to see if she posted. Oh, she did. Okay. So on August 8th, Tony did actually post happy anniversary, but it was just that. She only said literally happy anniversary, no nice words. And she posted a picture of a flower bouquet and her hands showing the rock that I believe was over $1 million. And I think it's a yellow diamond that Birdman got her. Now, if that doesn't scream gold digger, you didn't say any nice words to your husband, but you did want to show that rock to let everybody know that there's a reason for the madness. Okay. Like that was definitely a gold digger move. Boy, Tony ain't no joke. And let me say this. I don't know if Tony also popped out because ladies, y'all know how the saying goes. What you won't do, another woman will do. So, you can't get too comfortable in your marriage, even if you're there for the money, okay? Because when you get lazy and you're not giving anything in return and you're not giving your husband the support that he needs and he has to go get it elsewhere, like Kamora Lee Simmons, you know what I'm saying? Then, baby girl, at some point you might miss out, because everybody gets tired sometimes. And, I think you don't want to lose, this man that's worth over $155 million. I don't think Tony's trying to lose that because Tony has filed for bankruptcy at least two times. So Tony's tired of being broke. Just like I told y'all the other day, there's a lot of women that choose to get married solely on the fact that they're tired of paying bills by themselves. Okay. I'm not judging them for that. It is what it is, but that is definitely the case for some women. Okay. So, you know, Toni is definitely out here doing her thing. Somebody else put in my comments that Toni wanted events. So she definitely got events and, probably something even better than Vince. So shout out to her. So again, Tamar was the first one in the family to really get to the bag. Okay. I mean, Toni has dated some men on her level, but it always seems like she ended up being the breadwinner. And I want to, and I believe she was the one that had to pay the child support. So as far as I remember, she's never actually been with a man that could take care of her the way that Birdman does. And I have heard some rumors out there about Birdman being broke. One of his employees sued Birdman for over $7 million. I read an article. I actually have the article. I don't have time to get into it, but I think what Birdman did, he started closing all of his accounts. He was doing something similar. I'm not going to say because, I mean, obviously they're not going to tell us that part, but he was closing all of his bank accounts and everything. And I think he was doing that to keep from paying that person the $1 million. Okay. So I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that he didn't have the money. He was just trying to avoid paying, kind of like what Tasha K did. So there was a lot of jokes going around with what's his name? Rick Ross and I forget the other guy. They were making jokes, but I believe they were only making those jokes because they really knew that he wasn't broke and that he was just trying to get out of paying that money. Okay. So guys, that's all I really have for this video. These Braxtons are working hard, y'all. They are working hard. And I don't know if it's for the views, because why are they trying so hard to get the views? They really need to let this show die out because it's really not a good look for them. And honestly, they're gonna put their mom in her grave. This lady has, she's already got a heart condition. And the fact that, her daughters are always stressing her out. It's like a little too much. Like they really need to give that lady a break, honestly. So a lot of people want this show to just go away. Okay. We're tired of looking at boring Trina and boring Tawanda. And in all actuality, if everybody left except for Tamar and Tamar had her own show, I would watch, honestly, because I think that Tamar can carry an entire show by herself. Honestly, she has enough going on. She's always outside. She's always getting to the bag. She's always out networking, and making connections, and she's very well connected. So I honestly believe she has enough personality that Tamar can carry a show by herself. Now, I don't know who would be, her cast members without her sisters. I don't know if she would bring in some of her friends, but I think she can do it. And honestly, I think a lot of people would rather see just Tamar than to see this family dynamic of toxicity, in my opinion. Okay. So yeah, guys, these Braxtons have been trending for what? Over a week now. And I guess Tamar wanted to keep it going. That's why she dropped her little video to her Mandisi's video, whatever the case may be. So it also looks like Tamar is getting ready to drop some new music. So that would be great because we're tired of her posting all these old videos of her singing. Like, can we get some new stuff? Like, we love the music, but can we get something new? So Mama B says, have a great weekend. And I did want to tell you guys, give me 1 second. Let me hide this. And I did want to say happy Halloween to everybody. And it's Friday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Okay. So I do plan on going out tonight and celebrating Halloween. And I will have on a costume. And I project that I'm going to be freezing my behind off. Okay. But I'm going to try to deal with it. I'm going to try to get out a little bit, and have some fun tonight. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you did not like this video on your way in, please like the video on your way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, like the video and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching and bye for now.